Friars Creek track. We shall take this track and see where it goes. I think we might drop it in four-wheel drive right at the start. First 50 metres, it's quite a smooth track. Very steep. And then we have to get up on top of this range yet, so yes, it will be steep for a bit. Then it sort of weaves its way along, and then it's a climb up onto Mount Terrible track again. So yeah, it should be good. Side of the hill, almost sheer drop on the right. They put those lumps in the road to that was a tow ball. I should take that out actually. They put those lumps in the road to divert the rainwater so it doesn't destroy the track, but some of them they make it a little bit too steep, and yeah, you end up cresting them, drag your backside over the top of them. Again, got to concentrate on driving and not the scenery. Mind you, the scenery is pretty specky out there. Looks like they've actually rebuilt those, redug them. Should we go to the left? Yes, it does go to the left. I think. Yeah, because that's like a little spur and there's nothing down there. Okay. Right, back with you in a minute. Check that out for a hillside. All the ferns up there. We're on the right track. It's a pity it isn't a little bit damp. I don't want it to be soaking wet and slippery, and otherwise you'd never get up these tracks. But if there's a bit of moisture around, these tracks would be nice and not so dusty. All I can say is, yeah, don't turn right because it's a really long way down there. So, I'm just plodding along this track because I have no idea what it's going to be like. But if you look out ahead of us, you probably can't see through this. If you look out ahead over there, out to the right a bit, you can see the tops of the trees, and they are these trees that are up there. So they're only about probably 20 metres off the side of this track. So that's a very, very steep hill when you're looking at the treetops out to the right. The good thing about it though is because it's so steep, when you look out over the trees, you can get a really good view. Not that you can with a camera, because I'm hanging onto the steering wheel and changing gears, and I'm not worried about what the GoPro's doing. Nice little track. The only thing I've got to worry about is, yeah, if a tree's fallen over this road, I haven't got a chainsaw, so I'd have to do a 500-point turn to get this car to turn around and go back the way we came. Blackberries, little hidden corner up here. The ferns hanging down off the side of the rocks. That'll probably have water running down that in the winter. Down the sides. It's quite a well-made track. It's got it's been cut into the side of the hill, obviously, but it's also been put blue metal and gravel and rock into the road base. So it's a very good track. Just not the one I wanted to be on. There's a creek crossing down here too. We're coming down into. Then we'll climb out the side of the hill on the other side. And that's not the creek crossing. Still got to get to it. Zigzag, and then we'll cross the little creek and then start to climb back up at the other side of the hills. So we're actually supposed to be on top of that big hill in front of us. We'll get there. It does look like they've done a lot of track clearance, and quite recently. You can see logs and that have been chainsawed and cleared out the way. Up a stick somewhere. still there. All right. Definitely something going on there. Have another look. That sounds better. So I'll pick up the next stick. Someone's on the radio somewhere. Actually, like bulldozer tracks going up here. They're probably pretty old, but you can see where a bulldozer's been up here, so they might have been doing track clearance and that for the fire season that's almost over. From this next corner. Certainly not a hard drive. It's actually a very nice drive. unfortunately. I just can't turn cameras and look out the side of the car. Switchback. They call them a U-turn here for some reason. I thought a U-turn was when you went back on yourself, but anyway. Down the valley in the other side. Get a full conversation there. I love these tree ferns. They're huge. And you just feel the difference in the temperature when you go around them. So it drops the temperature about 10 degrees. And I've just seen all the dust on my windscreen. Make the video a little bit clearer. I'm not overly impressed with GoPros. Good toy, but they're just not right. The DJIs, I think, are the better cameras. I want to get one of those 360-degree cameras, so you can just stick it somewhere and film, and later on you can just turn it any direction you want. Would be much better. Oh, there's the streaks on there. Probably says track closed. Yes, I mean this GoPro's does silly things. Apparently the software, they've upgraded the GoPros. This is GoPro 8, a Hero 8. They're up to what, 12 now or something? But the software's still the same. So the body and the internal workings of the machine is new, but the software has very little upgrades to it. They just haven't bothered with it, which is a bit of a pity. If they're going to make new machines, new cameras and toys, they should get better software. Because the software's let me down a few times where it's just suddenly stopped, or it stopped filming and kept on taking a bit of voice and no video. And it's like, well, if it's doing that right now, you're hearing me tell you about how great this place is, and you can't see it. And you don't know, it doesn't tell you, it just keeps on showing a little picture on the back, but it doesn't tell you that it's not recording. Little lights flashing, everything's going great. But and GoPro don't seem to be interested in fixing the problems. I guess they've got their money's worth, they don't care. I'm sure we're supposed to be going up there. The side track I'm supposed to go up is coming up. It's in about a couple hundred metres. I hope it's not meant to be going straight up the side or something like that. Oh, Rosella, there you go. A bit like WA's 28s, but brighter, lots of red. You get crimson Rosellas as well. Reds and blues and things into it. Ooh. Okay, just around here somewhere. There's supposed to be a track off to the left, which I'm supposed to be taking. So that will be interesting. Luckily most of the heavy stuff I've got with me is back at camp, so the car is a little lighter. Log. Lots of people have driven over that. said, oh, these tracks are impassable and they're really rough and all that. These are nothing. They're not bad tracks. I have been watching the internet before I came over here and asking a few questions and things like that. Workman ahead on a Saturday? Oh, I don't think so. That is probably the track I'm looking for here. Bulldozer parked on the corner there. And this is the track that I follow up to Mount Terrible track. But tow bar's grabbing the hills every time. At least they graded it. Now it's just, oh, I wouldn't want to go up this in the wet. This would just be sloppy until it compacts. These hills are just too big. Hit them every time with the tow bar. Well, I was wondering where the bulldozer was, or if there was a bulldozer up here. Another one. Tried to take that on a bit of an angle and it still hit the tow bar. I'd like to see someone do these tracks in two-wheel drive. I was actually a little bit worried that this track was going to be like a skinny little track and overgrown and really rough and hard to get up, but they bulldozed it for me. Must have heard me coming. The problem with this bulldoze track is the dust. Every time you stop at one of those little hills, the dust catches up. Not too far to go, don't know, 200 metres. And I'll turn right onto Mount Remarkable track, which is the one I should have taken in the first place. Bowerbird. Can't remember what they're called. It's gone anyhow. What are they? No, there might be a lyrebird. Don't know. I have to look it up later. If you saw it run across in front of us. I think they're called lyrebirds over here. We've got bowerbirds over in WA. And they mimic sounds and things. Almost at the top of the hill. And then we'll get onto Mount Terrible track. fair enough to make these dams to stop the water erosion, but geez, don't make them so bloody big. This would be a Mount Terrible track. And now I'm on top of the hill, I'm going to get the radio calls from everywhere. This is the track I should have been on.